Now listen to this. Details have emerged of a private conversation in which the presidents of France and the United States criticised the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. It was during the recent G20 summit in France, and President Sarkozy said about Mr. Netanyahu, "I can't look at him anymore. He's a liar." President Obama replied, "Well, you may be sick of him, but I have to deal with him every day." The conversation was overheard by journalists at a news conference, but not reported at the time. Well, let's go over to Christian Fraser in Paris. Whoops, Christian, this would be funny if it wasn't actually quite so serious.
Yeah, it's excruciating, isn't it, George? Let's be frank. These comments were made in a side room to the side of the main conference hall at the G20 on Thursday. The journalists had been invited in to listen to the press conference. They'd been given their translation boxes ahead of that conference, but told not to plug their headphones in, which of course some of them did. And they were treated to this rather interesting relationship, or insight into the relationships, if you will, between President Obama and Benjamin Netanyahu. And as you say, President Sarkozy said, "You can't look at him anymore, he's a liar." Mr. Obama replied, "Well, I have to deal with him every day." Apparently the journalists who heard it, and they were all grappling for their headphones once it became clear what was happening, said that afterwards they all went into a huddle and they agreed not to print the quotes to save the embarrassment of the French president. But inevitably the quotes were leaked and they've appeared today chapter and verse in the Israeli press.
I don't know how important President Sarkozy is in the whole Middle East process, but you know, how damaging is this likely to be?
I don't expect it to be enormously damaging to the wider peace efforts. I think the comments of President Obama are perhaps more interesting because, of course, he is leading the international efforts. And it does show us that there has been a breakdown somewhat of the relationship. We perhaps already knew that because there have been reports in the past of Mr. Netanyahu being kept waiting at the White House or perhaps not being treated to an official handshake for the cameras. I would say this, though, that we know from the peace negotiations in Northern Ireland that an awful lot was achieved with personal relationships and trust. And if you look at the quotes of President Sarkozy, there's been a breakdown of trust. Who knows, maybe the next time they speak, diplomacy will be put to one side and they will speak frankly to one another. And if that happens, then maybe some good will come of it. But certainly the diplomacy was put to one side on this occasion. And at the outset, it doesn't look particularly good.
All right, Christian, thank you very much. Thank you.